Charles, anyone who's walked, driven, or biked across the Golden Gate Bridge knows that it seems to be rusting all the time. They're constantly painting it. What's the difference? Why is there not that kind of concern there?
These two bridges are fundamentally different in their design. The Golden Gate Bridge is a standard suspension bridge where it is anchored deep in the earth on either side of the bridge and secured, quiet, still in every way. The Bay Bridge is a very innovative design, very rare, self-anchored suspension bridge. One cable that starts at the top, hangs off the tower, wraps around one side, and is anchored to the eastern side of the suspension bridge, anchored to the bridge itself. Consequently, the anchorages, unlike the Golden Gate Bridge, those anchorages are protected, deeply recessed, covered in concrete and steel, protected like an inner sanctum. The chambers that hold the Bay Bridge cables are simply rooms that are protected, sealed, but unfortunately for traveling public, not sealed well as yet.
Is it fair to say that if the cables failed on the Golden Gate Bridge in some way, that the bridge would still be standing?
Well, I mean, you'd have to ask a bridge engineer for that. I can't answer it, but I can say that the likelihood of that is basically nil. The problem that the Bay Bridge faces that normal suspension bridges do not face is that, first of all, those chambers have to protect the anchorages in a way that normal suspension bridges don't worry about because they're so deeply recessed into the rock of the earth. For the Bay Bridge, though, not only do they have to be protected from corrosion, but they're also subject to another force, vibration. Every time a big truck passes over that bridge, those cable strands, the sockets they connect to, and the rods that connect them to the span itself move a little bit. If you're in the chambers, as I was, you can see it, it's obvious. Fraction of an inch, a few times a minute, thousands of times a day. That creates additional stress in certain locations on that whole connection for the bridge to the cable itself. That many, thousands over many years, millions and millions of iterations cause some strain on the system. If there is corrosion that has caused cracking in the junction of that cable strand and the device that connects it to the anchor rods, if there is corrosion there and the vibration occurs, it could worsen the corrosion, worsen the cracking that was perhaps caused by corrosion. If that happens, it's big trouble for the cable, big trouble for the structural stability of the span, and it's why independent engineers would like to see Caltrans take a much closer look, take a much more detailed analysis of the degree of damage already caused by corrosion that we proved in our investigation.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the work in doing that investigation.
Okay, thank you.